So, what's going on, yo? I cleaned my desk a little bit. Well, part of the mess, but yeah. Just staying humble, living humble, forever and ever, forever and always. I'd rather have $1 million cash in the bank, well, under the pillow, so no, no to the Federal Reserve and central banking digital dollar. But tell me what this does not look like. So they did tree trimming like a year or two ago, right? And ever since then, they molded them. But sorry about the dirty ass window. I have to clean the windows, but it reminds me of like the Lion King, especially when it's like the summertime and everything's green in the spring. Well, as green as you can get in West Texas, right? But they have a saying here in West Texas that I learned, that I loved and will always keep loving. When the wind and the dirt are so bad here that they said stop sweeping for if you stop dusting or sweeping for a couple of days, you'll have enough soil to start to plant a garden. I thought that was hilarious, but just so you guys know, I'm not biased. I got me a Chevy and I got me a freaking Toyota. Okay. Hello, foreign friends, but namaste. And remember, you will take a gamble and win. Hashtag orange chicken. Hashtag Panda Express, baby. Did y'all know that she basically, this is how smart the Asian culture is. Did y'all know that the maker or the wife of the founders of Panda Express, she was the one that pretty much built a inventory system, and not only that, but what is embedded now into most fast food or food establishments, which would be like a POS system. So you put your orders and all that stuff. Just y'all should look her up in regards to her, how smart Panda Express was. Just come on. If y'all know, y'all know. Remember going to the food court? Yeah. And now they're their own. They're not even. Now they're not they say food court what? But and then everybody stole, and everybody, I don't want to say stole, but tried to build upon their idea. Because I will stand by it. There is no such thing as an original thought. And I said this yesterday to a couple of stoners, lovely fucking humans too. But sorry, my thoughts just segued onto I don't know what. But I guess enough of that. I guess my brain's just cut it off. But yeah, that's about it. But hold on, let me try this so y'all don't have to. Just look at a blank screen, right? Oh yeah, I got an RV too. It's an old SRV that I got as a gift, and we're gonna convert it into a food truck, but I wasn't fully invested in that. I did enough steps to it. I did enough daily obtainable goals, um, and you know, divinely timed, you know, ran out on that, and so I had to move on to the next thing. But we'll pivot back to it. We'll definitely pivot back to it. We're structuring and collecting more data set to be able to make it all happen. And then when we, you know, get it all together, we'll knit it, we'll let it sit for a while, and we'll let it proof. We'll let the little active ingredients in there do their thing, right? And then it's ready for baking. And then if you know bread, you know, I don't know, bread has to be more on the sourdough side of things to legitly be called bread, in my biased taste palette opinion. But yeah, I guess just stupid spills, right? Just a little bit more to feed the web. Because apparently, just like bread, the internet has gone stale. But if you know something about bread, because you know Daddy knows about bread. No, I'm just joking. Daddy, you. Daddy issues much? A little bit. But nonetheless, if you know about bread, sometimes you gotta let it go a little stale. And you know, people like that I would collectively like merge my mind with are people that would tell you straight out the best French toast is made with like that type of bread. So I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I for real let the bag open for a while just to free range my chickens and then see what happens, and then let my dogs free roam. Hashtag, you know, domesticate your animals a lot better, and don't be an asshole and help domesticate most of these wild animals. You don't have to give them a home, but at least try to build a shelter for them. Hashtag, let's pivot right on over to homelessness. I mean, to think this, right, to outweigh certain things, like kill 20 birds with one pebble. Why haven't they just pivot, basically reverted all that money into basically building a homeless shelter? Like, let me take a look into that right now. Should we? Yes. Let's take a look. Figure it out. Yeah. Let's dig around for a second and then we'll stop the video. Where are my ox cord lovers? And keep in mind, right now, I'm clicking away, and so let's just not get to the crap test yet. You know what I mean? You have to just actively be doing that when digging around the internet, right? And again, please, take this public information as it may. It's on their site, so they don't mind sharing. But yet again, don't, like identifyme.com or whatever the hell those sites are called. Don't use it for malicious purposes. Jesus, so much money goes into animals, millions of dollars. Like, and I have no problem with like, you know, conservation of wildlife whatsoever. But when you have like these non-profit organizations making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and then no legal, so oopsie daisy. Other salary and wages, $5,651,544. A low ball, I mean 630, 631K. And trustees and key employees, about 100 band to advertising promotion. Ooh. Almost $500,000 in office expenses, 400,000. So they need $12 million to function. About 13 million to function, right? And then that's just in animals, right? And that's just out of one foundation. Like, they're spending $12 million in just expenses to keep the foundation running. 2021. And this is the Animal Foundation. And to think they would associate in partnership with homelessness and align themselves correctly with them, just for the reason that like just them alone are making their expenditure in 1 year is $13 million, right? And that's just to operate, like, and they're basically, I'm assuming, a digital basis, but for homelessness, nearly $2 billion of emergency rental assistance, which just gets distributed and re-injected back into what? Yeah, these housing companies, these rental companies that do what? Jack up the rent every single year. But 246 million in ESG care funding, which I hate acronyms, so we are going to ESG stands for ESG is a framework designed to be embedded into an organization's strategy that considers the needs and ways in which to generate value for all of organizational stockholders. And that's from Wikipedia, but uh, you know, Wikipedia, but you know, crap. They on it. So when it comes down to these acronyms, that's why I just say I hate acronyms, because when people are verbally saying something to you or communicating something to you, and they're professionals and they know their gig, and they start using daily work acronyms like work talk to the American people, that's just not cool, bro, because most of us don't understand what these three, and I'm admitting to myself, I really don't know what the fact they're talking about, bro, most of the time, because I don't work in their profession, so I don't know their work lingo. And so I have to waste time throughout my day to further expand what it is. And then when I start researching, it's when it's just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going on over here? And what is this three-letter? Oh my God! And then you wonder how we figured out who BlackRock is. Who the cock brothers are. That grove place in California. I would love to go there and get butt naked and start praying. But this is what I mean by ill-spent money and just finances. How and then you got a CEO here on National Review. ESG and CEOs. Keep in mind that ESG is just basically like an entity that helps organize organizations. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. And money gets put into this. How much money? $246 million. In an overall country, that's not a lot of money, but it's quite a bit of money when people are pocketing this money. Hashtag conspiracy, hashtag hyperbole. But do your own research and prove me wrong, please do. 4,517 emergency housing vouchers provided to Texas Public Housing Agencies, PHAs. $343,537,510 in home ARPA funding. And that's, information from the Texas Homeless Network 2021 annual report. And I have to admit to y'all, and mostly liberal, this is non-biased, information too, because you'll hear me. And this is a ish talking channel, I guess. AKA my time capsule. AKA holding myself liable of my own outcomings of today's efforts. But restructure these, tax exempt havens that you call nonprofits and churches have just become. How do you get I know how you get this yarn so wrapped up, because you let a bunch of meow meow cats play with the yarn. And let's keep it real, since we're on the topic of animals. Feline population are just assholes. They're just assholes. Self-entitled assholes. I love them, But they are what they are. And I gotta love what they are. Self-righteous bastards. Now dogs. Dogs are literally ass slickers. Prove me wrong. there's this movie, I forget what it's called. Such a good movie about, what is it called? What's trending today on Google, on their servers, um, their eco data system. Morphe stores closing. What? Ottawa County, Michigan commissioners. That sounds juicy to me right now. Damn it! I hate when you can't right click on something. And yeah, I mean, I'll go mobile for Apple, but I will always stay Windows for my desktop or computing, you know? I don't know. I mean, I just love a left. I mean, a right mouse click. I just love me a right mouse click. And then a little option here, you know? Just how you could just tap, but you can't do it here, you know? But hey, can't be mad. With so much going on, like, it's okay for little things to fall through the cracks, right? IRS new tax bracket. Let's check that out. Talking about money. Ugh, no, well. To think the IRS StarGov will be the first, like, hyperlink, but nope. Ugh, taxes. I'm not gonna even get into it. But not bad. I mean, they didn't really do much of a jump off. I mean, they can't, being how they messed everything up already. At this point, they're just trying to clear everything out. I mean, really structuring and rebalancing everybody's books. A lot of people, you know, one thing that's a Roth IRA, you know, traditional shit. Hashtag GOP conservatives. But, and the other is like, I love Fidelity. I don't know. As simple and basic as their like app and like their structure is, it's so simple. That's how economics should be, simple. And if you're gonna include buttons and little drop arrows, like, simple. And it like links you into like information in regards to what you're doing. Like, they're very, I don't know, they're the best. I think they're the best for my type of learning. I mean, they're the best for me, you know. But yeah, I'll leave it here, I guess. And no, I mean, we'll see if people are watching this or not. Probably not. I think I'm the only one watching my stuff in the future. I guess this is my whole point to this. Um, I'll broth it. Um, Government is getting too big. These three-letter word agencies are basically getting out of hand. There is really no division between church and state. Thus, I'm including nonprofits under churches because they kind of merge and align themselves mostly with religious groups. Um, in my point of view, in my perspective of sight, but nonetheless, this is what happens when government gets way too big and too many hands are inside your pot. Like too many people are taking our money, and it doesn't go to the right places. I mean, just alone, animal fundraising takes $12 million, almost 13 mil, to just operate every year. Like, why is it so easy for them to call themselves like nonprofit organizations, go panhandle, and yet again, homeless people are not allowed to panhandle out in the streets and are portrayed to be like, ick, Nikki, I know you got some wet wipes, so can I borrow one? Because, ew, bum try to touch me. Like, not cool, not fair. Not cool how the animals get portrayed on national, like, propagandas, world propaganda. And again, I'm so down for conservatorship, and, like, wildlife, but look at the way they're covered. The difference. It's all about the agenda, bros. Hashtag es todo parte del show. It's all part of the show. Um, and the curtains have fallen, so don't get fear mongled. Don't live life in fear. It is what it is, Hashtag if you know, you know. And yeah. Have yourself a good day. Think of others. Try to correlate things. Definitely pay attention how things are being framed, especially in in the screens that you put in front of your face all day long. Because hashtag I am Hain, because I literally got 1, 2, 3, 4 screens just right in front of me. Yeah, deuces.